Hi Lars, good to meet up with you as always, whether it's in person or like this online. To my mind, an equitable future has to begin with a country, has to become with a region, and we haven't got that at the moment. We haven't got it with supply chains, we haven't got it with manufacturing, we haven't got it with many things. So to make it an equitable future in terms of um, all of the things that are coming along, better energy, more secure supply of all sorts of things. It's got to start on a country proposition. So I think the Inflation Reduction Act, late as it is, because if you think about when 2015, the Made in China 2025 strategy emerged, it's a long time ago. Um, yeah, we need to see something similar in Europe. There's no doubt about that. What are you imagining that's about to happen? Are you confident we're going to see some form of similar approach?
I think you're right on it here, Roger. I mean, you clearly pointed it out that the supply chain is the missing link here. We don't have anything. We are more or less naked right now, and there are a number of things that need to be qualified here. I mean, it's also talking about permitting processes. Well, start with the minerals, for instance. I mean, where do we get the minerals in Europe to start? We have them, but I mean, well, if they are identified, they are not possible to extract them anyway. So it's a number of issues here, and also easy things as refineries could actually be being stimulated in the area also in Europe. So at least you can have refineries here. Many of the refineries are now in China, which is totally strange. I don't understand why we don't have refineries even. So it's and on the second hand, what can European Union do more to qualify themselves into something like the Inflation Reduction Act? I also see interesting opportunities in the funding. I mean, loan programs for sure. We have European Investment Bank; they are active, but there could be more easier ways to do this in a loan program where you can stimulate this project in a totally different way. When we were over in Washington and met with the Department of Energy, they said they've been doing this for many years with this loan program. They've never lost a dime on these things. They actually made money on these loan programs. And it's so much easier for these projects to advance forward if you can build something and then go back to the financial market and say, can we finance this? Yes, you can, because you have an existing factory or building. You have something to offer mortgage in. So it's so that's something I think we could accelerate things, which will be a very cost-efficient solution also for Europe. It doesn't cost them anything. It's just to offering them these companies financial opportunities.
There's no doubt about that. I've just been, well, a few weeks ago in Hungary and listened to and talked with the people running the Hungarian proposition for gigafactories, etc. You've got good transport links. That's just a question of geography, of course. But you've got low taxation policy. You've got a bundle of incentives along the lines that you're talking about there. But I mean, ultimately, a lot of this is about having a will, having an ambition, having a belief that this is going to be part of the future. And of course, you and I know that it is, because energy and food are probably the two fundamentals of anybody anywhere on the planet. You know, how those two things come together. And at the core of that now, the nexus of renewable energy development and where we're going with transportation, you know, the battery sits in the midst of all that hugely. So I think to not have policy, to not have programs, to not have activity and action now on that is not a very good idea at all. In fact, it's a potentially catastrophic idea for jobs, you know, for many things. So the equitable future has to come from countries being equitable with each other, regions being equitable between Asia, Europe, and America. And then it filters down to the individual, where then people, you know, individuals of whatever wealth they have, whatever their position is in society, that they're all going to benefit. And it's all going to be something that's good for the environment, good for all of the things that, you know, Earth Day celebrates. It celebrates, look at this wonderful planet we're on, this extraordinary planet that's like, well, it's the Goldilocks planet, isn't it? That's what everybody calls it. It's just right. But there's a few things that aren't, and yeah, we need to fix them. You're right, and get on with it. Stop talking about it. Start doing it.